So Inside Out is one of the newer Pixar movies out there, and it has to be one of my favorites, top 5 at the very least. The concept and plot are excellent, and so is the character development. Despite being primarily for children, it's a very intellectual movie. I mean, literally. The emotions are all interesting and fun, but the character that everyone seems to attach to the most is Bing Bong, Riley's imaginary friend. So of course, everyone was heartbroken when the cotton candy creature faded away in memory dump. But today I explain why Bing Bong actually wasn't forgotten forever. Ready for a theory? Hey everyone, it's CTO of the Theory Channel, and how sad is this scene?
Take her to the moon for me, okay?
Probably one of the saddest in Pixar history. I mean, besides this. And this. And this. Wow, Pixar makes some exceptionally tragic scenes, but this one actually isn't. If you haven't watched Inside Out, I recommend you do that before watching this video for proper understanding of the theory. So, yeah. The basis of this theory revolves around this scene, where Bing Bong sacrifices himself for Joy to launch herself out of memory dump, and Bing Bong then fades into oblivion, meaning he basically died. Which implies that Bing Bong has left Riley's mind forever, but I don't think that's the case. The Pixar Wiki states that faded memories as well as discarded material from Imagination Land are thrown into memory dump, where they pile up and eventually disappear. It is said that nothing ever comes back from memory dump, and that once something fades into oblivion, they're gone forever. But this is actually scientifically incorrect. And even though the whole movie defies, all science, none of the aspects of Riley's mind are flat out wrong. They're just twisted and played around with to give the film character. But the memory dump just is. After researching for a while, I discovered that memories never actually leave you. They just fade and enter a more subtle section of the mind. Even when a memory can't be accessed, aka when a memory's forgotten, it still persists in a small area of the mind. Which means that in this scene, Bing Bong didn't actually die. The memory dump doesn't kill or erase any of Riley's memories, it merely sends them to a much more subconscious place in her mind. A place we didn't see in Inside Out, but would be a great addition for a sequel. I mean, can you imagine if everyone believes Bing Bong is gone forever, and then at the end of the sequel, we see him with all of the other faded memories in that place? And maybe it's possible for faded memories to come back into Riley's conscious mind. Because if someone brought Bing Bong up to Riley, and maybe even drew him for her, do we honestly think that she wouldn't remember anything about her imaginary friend that she created? You know, I think that would be the best ending to the sequel. Riley remembers Bing Bong and he comes back into her conscious mind. The end. But hold on, because if nothing ever comes back from memory dump, how would this occur? Well, nothing ever comes back under normal circumstances. Remember, Bing Bong wouldn't have fallen into memory dump if joy and sadness hadn't been sucked out of headquarters in the first place, which wasn't a natural event in Riley's mind. Bing Bong wasn't meant to be forgotten, at least not yet, which is why he might be able to come back from memory dump. So I guess this makes Bing Bong's fate a lot brighter, as he never actually died when he faded into oblivion. No memory is erased forever, and inside Riley's brain, her faded memories just go to a deeply subconscious place, in which they very rarely return to consciousness, but are still living inside of her. Some people were encouraged when they heard about the Monsters, Inc. theory, about how Bing Bong is actually the imaginary form of Riley's previous monster. Many were comforted by this, as it meant that the real Bing Bong is still alive, time-traveling, and making kids laugh, just like all the other monsters. But this theory helps Bing Bong even more, as the monster and the imaginatory one are two different creatures. The real Bing Bong could be much different from the one Riley makes up, and even though his fate is secure, the Bing Bong we know isn't, without this theory. So, there you go. I think Inside Out might just be my favorite Pixar movie. Well, aside from this one.
Hi, I'm Dory.
Hi, Dory.
And, well, I don't think I've ever eaten a fish.
And this one. And this one. Pixar makes really good films, but anyway, make sure to like this, comment, and subscribe so you don't miss any future theories. I'll see you guys later.